Technical analysis is the study of market action. All other forms of analysis, allow me to state, is the study of market thought. A technical analyst focuses on what the market has done, what the market is doing. A fundamental analyst, who has definitely at least as important a place and more, will likely focus on the market should be doing this or market should be doing that. There are often occasions when people will debate which form is better and which form is inferior. And I'll personally be actually on day 3, run a double turncoat. I'll be arguing against myself on all facets. And I'll do that with your assistance. But to admit the truth now, in brief, if there was any one method in the universe by which you are guaranteed to make profits, you can leverage yourselves infinitely and take away everybody else's money. And I hope that day never comes and such a method is never discovered, because then we all will be boring creatures living in the jungles and will have nothing to do. That likely will not happen, and hence, like happens in religion or in any pursuit of human cognition, the truth is only partially known, and the journey into the future is full of uncertainties. And I think of all the species in this universe, the one that has prevailed most in handling uncertainty and the future and responding it best has prevailed to become the human species. It's not about the strongest, it's not about the most intelligent. It's most about the people who are the species that is able to adapt and is able to accept change. Jumping back onto the point as to what is this conclave about and what do we want to achieve, please allow me a detour into an idea that a very dear teacher of mine in school embedded into me, and that continues to keep coming back in various ways. And I remember a shloka I was taught in the 8th standard, Sanga Chadvam Samvadadvam Samvo Mananasi Janatam. In simpler words, it means, let's be together. The first word means, let's be together. Let's rummage upon things together or reflect upon things together. Samvadadvam means that. Let's know things together. There's a difference between learning and knowing. And I'm hoping one key goal I have for this conclave, I'm going to collaborate with each of you and work hard together, that not only we share facts, knowledge, ideas, theories, but when we walk back home after 3 days, there's something we know inside that we have, yes, actually come to know something. So let's know things together. And Janatam is a very unique word in Sanskrit. It actually means let's continue to move into the future together. So to my mind, any time, any group of people meet for a common goal, the shloka keeps on ringing in me. And I'm hoping you will embrace this idea and will work together in achieving those goals. Deena Ben has been exceptionally kind to us. And in that sense, please allow me to feel the privilege that in you, the body of technical analysts has found one more powerful guardian. Thank you very much for your thoughts. The agenda for the conclave is so huge and deep, but I'd like to just in few words respond to the key points you made. That a lot of people have been accusing technical analysis maybe like looking at the rear view mirror. But for that matter, any form of analysis is actually imagining the future while restraining our imagination with the study of the past. Whether it's fundamental analysis or technical analysis, the future is only an imagination. It's an unknown novel. And in that novel, by the studies of the past, we are trying to regulate our imagination and control it. Why would an analyst say, Sensex 50,000 ho jayega, and he would not say 1 lakh ho jayega? Because he has to restrict his imagination using some yardsticks. And in that sense, from all forms of analysis, and while there are many in this room who continue to study every facet, there are several here who have been keeping on writing all kinds of exams also to regulate their studies. I have personally felt that in any kind of enterprise, including business and then in the business of trading or investing, the most powerful currency is humility. Humility actually is, a very, very effective tool of making the world right, free put options on our follies. The world is going to let you profit if you are humble. And in that sense, of all the forms of analysis, what appeals me most is that of all the forms of analysis, it is technical analysis that helps you overcome the illusion of knowledge more than any other form of analysis. The nature of markets, where every data will take some time to get disseminated, understood, analyzed, will make everybody be looking at the future by the help only of the rear view mirror. And in that sense, Ben, if I can be allowed to make a small refinement, that of all the mechanisms available to drive into the future, a car with technical analysis as the driver has the clearest windscreen. Everybody else is looking into the rear view mirror, but because of our humility and that our subject facilitates us to get humbler, the stop loss word is so popular here, it's the most difficult thing to implement. But then the regular practice and study of market action, instead of focusing on market should do this or market should do that, in a sense, takes of all the species in financial markets, the technical analyst closer to nirvana faster. Coming to what Kapoor Saab mentioned, while he's covered all of these points in different ways that Deena Ben said, the one point that he mentioned about some people bringing bad name to our profession. And that is where the justification for a professional body like ATMA comes into place. And though my impatience was very much visible right when we began, the whole need to, or rather the justification to buy now in 4.5 years of journey of ATMA to be able to wear integrity, intellect and inspiration on our sleeves, that we've got structured so much that even if there are people who have had really no deep credentials or stabilized ethical practices, maligning our profession the way medical quacks on pavements do that to doctors, a professional body like this with able and diverse abilities, if ATMA has been able to draw the capabilities of Mr. Uttam Bagari, or if it has been able to draw the benevolence of Chandrasekharji, or if it has been able to get the guidance of people like Mr. Kapoor. And of course, I'm coming now to the BSc, and the kind of support BSc gave us, please bear with me for a minute or two. I think, you will definitely love to hear some of these anecdotes. Perhaps even Ashish sir would not have been able to remember with so many things he does. Just around the time we decided we'll go formal and have a structured association, and we started the process of registering it, for 4 months I came to this building every day. And I'm not known to be a less than lazy person. I came to this building every day to get a very small office. I ran from pillar to post, and then I ended up running into him. He may or may not remember that. He directed me to meet one deputy of his. Go and meet him right away. I walked in. He heard me for 5 minutes, and the gentleman told me, when are you ready to take the office? I said, right away. So if you today call BSc the fastest exchange, we actually started experiencing it to be the fastest from the time we came in here. And in this sense, while competition is good, for an institution as old as BSc, when cycles and ups and downs and reinvention and re-engineering is part and parcel of the human enterprise through the entire human history, if competition came in and if certain practices got re-engineered, reinvented, please believe this. You might not remember, sir, in 1994, I used to go to your office many a times to meet with you. And your office that time was in Mahindra Towers. I met you in the 4th floor office. I also met you in the ground floor office. And you were that time working on developing the derivatives market in India. From my interactions then, and when the time came that ATMA should get formally structured and we knew that you have come in here, now, of course, with the benefit of hindsight, I can claim I was smart, that I chose to come and seek and impress upon you that we should be given the chance to work with you. But how it has paid off, when we migrated to a larger office at the BSc, I do remember, and I will be able to play that video back and you can hear it in the background. In a competitive business like stockbroking and trading, there's too much wit and intellect we always face. But a delightful piece of wit I heard at the inaugural of our new office 3 years ago. Somebody quipped from behind and far, and it rang in my ears, and I keep playing that video back to hear something extremely motivating, even while witty, that this person remarked, we have never seen a landlord coming to the inauguration of the office of his tenant. And that's what Ashish sir did to us. So the kind of support we have found from BSE, the kind of strength we have found in it, and let me take one more credit, whether due or not. Typically, technical analysts are able to think much more easily in contrarian terms. And while there had been noise and din about a large exchange and an older exchange having become smaller, call it coincidence, call it providence, call it that we technical analysts also understand the coming change. We are extremely happy at the choice we made and the way you supported us. And without the BSE taking this kind of belief in us, the accomplishments of ATMA by this time would not have been what they are. Thank you very much. And I will say that we are in the business of timing, and for some obvious reasons, we are a bit late. But thank you so much for this indulgence, and I wish to actively work with each of you here that at the end of the third day, all of us should be going back knowing that we have known something more. Thank you.